What's happening, y'all? This is Mike D with Black Fathers Now, where we're bringing the village to the brothers. Every couple of weeks, you can look forward to a quick inspirational message or a thought-provoking guest with knowledge and wisdom, all geared towards helping you be the best father that you can be. We're bringing the village to you. Now it's your turn to do something with what you learned. All right, y'all. Let's go. What's going on, fellas? This is Mike D with Black Fathers Now, and I hope you are having a blessed and wonderful day. Blessed and wonderful day. A couple of housekeeping things. Definitely make sure to visit Amazon.com or just go to blackfathersnow.com or I Am Mike Dorsey and grab a copy of Dynamic Black Fatherhood Manifesto. Dynamic Black Fatherhood Manifesto. This book is awesome, y'all. Literally 10 commitments necessary for excellence in Black fatherhood. Grab a copy. Ladies, if you're listening, grab a copy for your dude. It literally is very good info, very good insight. And it's not all from me, right? This thing is compiled from some of the interviews that I've conducted. And I kind of synthesized it down in a way that makes it practical, for, brothers to apply to their lives. Because ultimately, by us being the best men that we can be, we in turn default into the best fathers that we can be, which then changes generations. So make sure to grab a copy on Amazon.com or IamMikeDorsey.com or BlackFathersNow.com. And if you already have a copy, jump over to Amazon and leave us a rating. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, when listening to this podcast, make sure y'all go to iTunes or Stitcher or any place that you listen to this particular podcast. Leave us some ratings there, man. Help this thing to continue to grow and impact lives. That's the whole goal of it. So got that out of the way. Today's episode is not going to be long. It's going to be thought-provoking. But it's something that happened to me very recently. Periodically, I have lunch with a really good friend of mine, and we share stories back and forth. But, we come from different backgrounds, and we have different, we have different belief structures. We're of a different generation. We're in different socioeconomic classes. There's so many things that are different, but the difference allows each one of us to grow as we interact with each other and we learn from each other's experience. And so when we were having lunch, we were just talking about being in the moment, being present in the moment. And he hipped me to something that was profound. He mentioned that in his native tongue of Hindi, which is, a language primarily spoken in India, but in his native tongue of Hindi, which is a derivative of the Sanskrit language, the word for yesterday is the same as the word for tomorrow. Hear that again. The word in the Hindi language for yesterday is the same word they use for tomorrow. There is no difference. They use the word cut. The word cut means yesterday. The word cut also means tomorrow. Now, I might not be saying it correctly because I do not speak Hindi, but the concept is still there. The same word is used for yesterday as for tomorrow. So when you stop and you think about that, it made me really, really think. Yesterday and tomorrow are the same thing. And I asked him, I was like, so how in conversation would you then denote a difference if you use the same word for yesterday and tomorrow? And he said, it's all about the context. You have to use context to determine whether or not you're saying kat, meaning yesterday, or kat, meaning tomorrow. It's all about the context. So outside of the context, yesterday and tomorrow are the same. Think about that. Because after he mentioned that to me, I immediately sat back in my chair and my mind started going in a lot of different places. But the first place, or the place that it continuously came back to, was the notion that yesterday and tomorrow are two different scenarios that, if we're completely honest about it, we have zero impact on. We cannot control yesterday because it's already passed. And we can't control tomorrow because tomorrow has not come yet. There is a connection there between the two. But how often do we sit around as men, as black men, as, fathers, as leaders in our families, as leaders in our communities? How often do we sit around and how often do we concern ourselves with yesterday? Or how often do we concern ourselves with, or worry about, or have anxiety about what's coming tomorrow? Because in the reality, we have zero control over yesterday, and we have zero control over tomorrow. The only thing that we have any control over is today. And so when he mentioned to me that yesterday and tomorrow are the same word, I automatically assumed that today was a different word. And my assumption was right. Today in the Hindi language is aj. Again, don't my grammatics or the way I say it is probably not perfect. So if you know how to speak Hindi, don't trip on it, brother. All right. But today is a different day. Today is represented by a different word. Tomorrow and yesterday are the same in this particular language. Today is a totally different word. So for me, that lets you know that today is what's different. Today is what really matters, because today is what you really have control over. Because yesterday and tomorrow are just the same. Yesterday and tomorrow you have zero control over. So focus on today. I don't know about y'all, but that was powerful to me. So yeah, and take a look and look it up, man. It's pretty interesting. In the Hindi language, the word used for yesterday and the word used for tomorrow are exactly the same. It's the same word. The only difference is context. Interesting. It made me also think about, and this is kind of going in another direction, it made me also think about how, as individuals, as people, what separates all of us is context. When you pull the layers back and you remove the skin and you remove, belief structures and all that kind of stuff, we're all people, right? But our context or our story or our journey is what makes us different, which is what makes us unique. It's interesting, right? So fellas, again, this is called Black Fathers Now. We're bringing the village to the brothers. The village comes in the form of insight, inspiration, wisdom, or sometimes thought-provoking concepts that are all about helping you to become the best father that you can be. So as you think about your life as a father, as a husband, as as a leader, as a mentor, whatever your particular role is in the world, as you think about that and you take a step back and you catch yourself having, anxiety over what's to come, or anxiety over tomorrow, or you catch yourself kind of being depressed about how things were or some of the things that you've gone through, take a step back and realize that they're just the same. There are two things that you have zero control over. The only thing you can control is now. All right. Well, yo, fellas, as always, visit blackfathersnow.com. Follow on all the social media platforms, Black Fathers Now. Shoot me a message. Let me know you heard this episode, what you thought about it. Share it with your friends. And again, please leave some ratings, iTunes, Stitcher. We'd love 5-star ratings. Please, please, please. And, this is also brought to you by Black Family Apparel. Visit blackfamilyapparel.com. Grab some dope apparel that celebrates the nuances of the black family. And until next time, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And I'll holla at you. Peace. Yo, fellas, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And always visit blackfathersnow.com as well as follow Black Fathers Now on virtually every social media platform you can think of. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Just follow us and engage with us, man. Look forward to hearing from you. And I guess until next time, I'll holler at you. Peace.